Hey, Mark Bossert from Top Local Lead Generation here with David Fairbairn of Fairbairn Inspections in Vancouver. How are you doing today, David?
I'm pretty good, Mark. How are you doing today?
I'm good. So we're going to talk about mold and what's actually included when you do a mold inspection in the Greater Vancouver area.
Yeah, Mark. Thanks for asking. Today we're talking about the mold inspection, which is probably our most popular service when it comes to mold. Once in a while we'll get somebody who says, "Okay, I just need this one, wall sampled or whatever it is." The mold inspection is for somebody who basically wants us to come in and clear and basically go through the entire house or the entire condo and provide you with a full report on whether or not you have mold in there, and if you do, the conditions that are actually causing that mold. And what we do is we offer a package. It's a mold inspection, and this is a full inspection using moisture equipment, where we go through the whole house. We inspect the inside of the ducts, we inspect the behind everything, around the windows, in the kitchen especially, and we inspect for signs of mold. If we find it, then we sample it. And this can be done in conjunction or as a standalone from our air quality test. And the air quality test is the other half of the equation, where we sample the air inside the house and provide you with a lab report that actually says what you're breathing in inside the house. Together, if you get these two done, you're going to have a full review on the mold conditions inside your house, whether or not it's safe, whether or not the levels of mold in your house are elevated, or if they're just normal from normal use. Let's say you've got a family of four living in a small area. You may have mold that is not the building's fault. It's actually just the fact that you have a lot of people in there. So what I'd like to do, Mark, is just show you the inspection report that you would receive, and we just sort of have a sample report right here that shows you sort of what it looks like when you receive it. I tried to actually get a lab sheet that shows the actual results you get from the laboratory, but they all actually have the address stamped on there. So for privacy reasons, I don't want to do that. But I'm going to show you what the inspection report looks like. This inspection report we did for a government office in the Lower Mainland. Can't say too much more than that, but what they basically were worried about is that they had mold, that they could actually see, but they want to know how bad it was. So this is a full mold investigation, and then of course it describes which I've had to remove on here, but we're actually going to, on the report, illustrate what the results of the sampling are. Okay, so as we go down, we're going to go to, so basically it outlines areas of concern. In this building here, we had, a very old building, and they had a number of areas where water was actually ingressing through the wall cavity. Can you see that on the screen there, Mark?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So we got water coming in through the walls here. It was there was actually hidden moisture damage in several areas, and our mold inspections include thermal imaging and moisture testing, as well as a number of other tools that we can measure how normal your building is and where these problems are coming from. And you can see on section 1.0, an outside air sample is collected and will be sent to the laboratory. Okay, so we also look at exterior mold conditions, usually not as much of a concern for owners. A lot of times you get moss or algae growth outside, which is sort of normal, especially on the north side of a building. In our sort of rainy area, this is something we would expect to see. Staining and growth, and we're just going to outline all these concerns for you. We had, again, like we talked about a few weeks ago, around windows. This is something that we really see a lot of, as well as we've got, a number of moisture problems, both from the inside of the building as well as the outside, that were actually causing this mold growth buildup in the windows. The window sills were rotting here. As we go down, you can see that there's a breakdown on section 2.0 here, revealed the presence of Stachybotrys. So this is what we were actually talking about last week, was the toxic black mold. And we give a breakdown of the type of mold found in your house with descriptions of everything. Okay, so once we see that, we go, okay, we need to go a little bit deeper here and go, okay, we need a mold abatement company to come in and actually hunt, all this mold down and remediate it, which can be quite expensive. So it's something you need to know about, especially if you're selling a property or if you're a renter, if you have a lease with a landlord. This is something you really need to know, right? Moisture testing, which we're doing, we had a number of moisture concerns in this property here, as well as the bottom of the wall was saturated with water right next to the bathroom, and what it turned out was that they had huge sewage backup a couple weeks before, and the owner had never really properly dealt with it. When you get a flood like this, you have to get it professionally restored. You can't just fix the problem and wait for everything to dry out, because first of all, you can see in the bottom left picture that it won't dry out. And the second thing is that you can have mold growth. Mold will set up in 10 to 14 days from the initial time that it was wet. You'll actually be able to get mold growth in that period of time. We can see a few other concerns we tested. Especially there was actually some food equipment here. So this is an investigation into what's causing this. The back of this box, we had definitely concerns with this box here in the bottom left in the red oval. You can see the growth and water damage on the back of the box. So this place got really, really wet. Not only from inside, but also through a number of leaks in the wall. Okay, ductwork. We're going to inspect your ductwork. We had the equipment to do this. Snake cameras, hygrometers, things like that to measure conditions inside the ductwork. We had a few problems with the ducts. They were mostly just dirty. And I think that actually goes to the end of the report. So I'm going to switch that back off and head over to, can you see me again?
Yep.
On there? Okay, yeah. So that's a basic report, and that's something that we would provide to you within about 24 hours of the inspection. The inspection itself takes about 2 to 3 hours, depending on the size of the property. And we charge depending on the size of the property, but this is the full, this is the best way to determine if you have mold in your home, is to call us in and go through every nook and cranny of the house and provide you with a full breakdown and uncover all the surprises that are actually in your home. And this is really important if you're concerned about your health. If your family's living there, you have tenants. If you're renting out a basement suite and they're complaining about mold, you need to bring us in so we can give you an idea about what you're dealing with. And it's something that you should give us a call about. The number is 604-395-2795. We can also be reached at fairbairninspections.com. And give us a call, and we'd love to help you out.
Great stuff, David. So again, if you're looking for some mold, you have concerns about mold, you want to make sure that you don't have or do have and take the proper steps to clean it up, these are the guys to call, 604-395-2795, or go to their website, fairbairninspections.com. Thanks, David.
Thanks, Mark. See you again.